Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Joy-Filled Universe podcast. I am your host, Lisa Ryan, and happy 2026. Are we not having the best year so far? I know it's only a few weeks in, but I am ridiculously excited about this year. It just keeps getting better, and I am here for it, for me and for all of you. So let's keep riding this wave. And I'm going to say another thing I did this holiday that really got me off to a great start was I did some focused digital detox, which was a dream and something I have never really done before. So I actually really enjoyed it. And I think I'm going to try to do this a little bit more often, as hard as it is, as hard as it is to do, I will say. But anyway, I'm going to give it a go. And another thing that I did was I spent some time decluttering my home. And although I'm not a big pack rat by any stretch of the imagination, it was crazy to me just how much stuff I did accumulate, let alone how much stuff I still have left to do. However, when I did bring a good sum of goods to the donation center, when I came back home to open space, like space in my wardrobe, space in my cupboards, it just felt so good. And I'm so open for that because I believe that when we make space, we create a vacuum for the universe to fill it with really great things. And since I'm all about great energy this year, I'm just hoping that what the universe brings me is a whole lot of good energy for that space that I've created. And another thing that occurred, which I'm going to say I'm very grateful for, however, not as happy as I was for taking all the time to rest and relax at home, but that was starting back to my usual routine. And it was great. It is great to see lots of my friends and coworkers once again. And it's really funny that a lot of the conversations that start off when you see each other after a holiday is, what were your New Year's resolutions? And I have had a bunch of fun just collecting what everybody has been setting up for themselves, whether it's been healthier eating or gym memberships and exercise routines, a goal for reading a certain number of books, saving more money, the intent to set a good number of travel adventures for the year, or spending more quality time with friends and family. And then one of my favorites was to be happier. And I say that that is my favorite because I believe that if we are happy, our vibration just naturally rises. And then the energy that we attract is on that same frequency, which means everything we are wishing for comes to us a whole lot quicker, because when we are in our natural state of joy, we don't have any resistance, because resistance stems from fear, and it's impossible to be genuinely happy and fearful at the same time. So I absolutely love when people consciously choose happy. Okay, so we all get the flick here, right? Resolutions, the list is endless. And I gotta say, I personally love New Year's resolutions because having a goal and striving for something meaningful while moving forward always brings me really great energy, most especially when those goals are accomplished. And I believe that one of the best things that comes from resolutions is the fact that we raise our vibe, because we are always thinking about what we do want when we're setting resolutions, and we're holding the images in our minds about what it is that we want to achieve, and we feel the emotions that come from the thought of those images and what it would be like to bring the accomplished resolutions into our reality. All of that is incredible energy, and it's so very much in line with the law of vibration and the law of attraction. And for me, well, I don't hold goal setting just for the turn of the year, because I love how I feel when I am in a state of visualizing, whether it's the dreaming, the visioning, the thought and emotions of living into desires, the exciting journey that unfolds, and sometimes even the extra special surprise when things work out even better than initially imagined. And so I believe that launching Rockets of Desire should not be something that we do at the start of the new year only. It should be something that we do all year long. I mean, why would we limit ourselves? In an abundant universe, there is just so much for everyone to just live their best lives. And I'm just going to say that is probably why I am going to be focusing on today's episode, which is not going to be about me messaging my New Year's resolutions. As a matter of fact, it's going to be about how we set ourselves up for a successful year by calibrating our energy to a high vibrational frequency so that it serves as our launching pad into this month, along with the other 11 months of the year that follow. And now, I am sure you are aware of the tons of goal-setting workshops that take place this time of year. And I have even attended a few, largely because I just love the energy that comes with them. And you learn a lot too. So I definitely attend some of them. I love them. And I'm going to say too that there's lots of tools that you learn, and some of the tools I apply when working with clients at the beginning of a year, or anytime when we're looking through like goals to be setting or desires to be launching or areas of our lives that we want to work on. I bring out tools like the Wheel of Life, the 1 Degree Shift, an assessment like the Energy Leadership Index, which I'm actually certified in, and the Values Alignment Map. And there's just a ton more. It's limitless. You can Google them. They are a lot of fun. And I'm going to say too that we can analyze what and where we need to focus for growth and expansion. Yet regardless of what the goal is and the method that we use for discovering it, the ultimate objective is to achieve a feeling that exists in our desire from start to finish. And that is joy and love. And in order for us to accomplish anything that has joy and love at its core, we have to get on that frequency. So as all of you have probably picked up by now, I have really terrific feels for 2026. And this is some of what I am doing to get my energy to a really terrific frequency of happiness. And since the fastest doorway into joy is gratitude, all of these practices that I am going to share today stem from that very extra magical emotion, gratitude. So, the first practice is very simple and very powerful too, if you ask me. And it's this. Every day for 21 days, I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for and why. And I usually do this in the morning or as early as I can in my day. And the purpose behind inserting the why is because it allows us to feel into what we are grateful for with a heightened level of awareness. And also, after writing these down, I like to go back and read them. And after each one, I say thank you, because the more grateful we are for things, the more they expand through the law of attraction. And another thing that I love about this practice is that by consistently writing down our 3 things, our brain starts to train itself to look for what's going right instead of what might be going wrong. And you might be wondering, well, why 21 days? Well, I have read research from positive psychology that states that it is around the 21-day mark when our brain starts to default into this new trained way of thinking. And this is when gratitude stops being something that we do and it starts being the way we think. So the first practice spans for a full 21 days, and then we move on to my next practice, and that one is all about gratitude letters. Even if we never send them, folks, even if they are to someone who has transitioned from their human experience, this practice can really raise our vibe. So, over the course of a week, somewhere within the 21-day practice, but make it a consistent week. I personally usually do it the second or third week. Select 5 people who have deeply impacted our lives, people we are thankful for, people who have shaped who we are, supported us, and loved us, and write each one of them a letter letting them know how they have impacted our world and why we are so grateful for them and how they have enlightened our lives. And this process can really be impactful because the act of writing alone creates emotional integration. It allows feelings of appreciation to move from the emotional part of our brain into the meaning-making part of our brain. And honestly, unexpressed gratitude creates emotional weight, while expressed gratitude creates emotional freedom. And this process for me helps me to feel calm and connected and grateful because expressing my appreciation, it creates closure and coherence and peace. And if you want to give an extra boost to the vibe in this world, well then send the letters if you can. Then not only you feel good, but you will absolutely make someone else's day extra special. So think about that. All right. Another practice I personally love is pairing gratitude with intention. Oh, okay. I actually really do love this one. I will grab one of my favorite crystals, which in this case is usually strawberry quartz, because it's energetically aligned with love and with joy. And oh my God, I am just going to say, not for nothing other than a completely unrelated tangent, but I have to share. I sent one of my very close girlfriends a strawberry quartz, and it was for one of her birthday gifts in October of last year, 2025. And the week of Valentine's Day, 2026, she and her now fiance are eloping to London to get married. Oh my God. The strawberry quartz is no joke. Okay, I just had to share that, and so exciting. I love the emotion of love, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna take some credit there because I think that strawberry quartz showing up for her in October, I think it just gave an extra turbo boost to the whole idea of marriage to the man she loves and vice versa, him to the woman he loves, and I think that's magical. I just had to share. Thanks for entertaining me. And okay. So where was I? Okay. Pairing gratitude with intention. Yes. Okay. So I grab my strawberry quartz at night when climbing into bed, and then I hold it in my left hand, which is traditionally known as the receiving hand. And in my heart, I say, thank you for this day. And then I consciously recall my favorite moment of the day, and I sit in the feeling of gratitude. And I practice this literally for 21 days, all of them, because this repetition is what teaches the nervous system that it's safe to feel good. And the reason I use my crystal, aside from the vibrational energy that it naturally brings, is because it's a way of anchoring positive emotion into a physical object. And when doing this for 21 days, the repetition allows our brain to associate the felt sense of gratitude with the crystal or whatever object you should choose for this exercise. So then in the future, when you think about it, at any given point in time, if we simply hold our crystal or object, we can likely give our body a shortcut back to a peaceful, expansive state of gratitude. And who doesn't love a shortcut to emotional regulation. So think about that and that consistency. So in the morning, you do your 21 days of being grateful for 3 things every morning and why. And then in the evening, holding your crystal or whatever object you choose and being grateful for the day. Okay, next practice is one that quiets my mind any time of the day. And so we can do this during our 21 days or any time thereafter. And it all comes down to 2 words: thank you. So the moment we get out of bed is when it begins. My right foot hits the floor and I say thank, and then my left foot hits the ground and I say you. And I do this throughout the entire day, whether it's walking to my car, walking to the mailbox, between meetings, on a run, even walking around my home. With every step, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I believe that this works because it gives our mind a single point of focus, which interrupts racing thoughts and stress loops. Emotionally, it centers us. Energetically, it grounds us, and it keeps us in the present. It's easy, it's a lot of fun, and it works. And the timing with the 21-day practice, well, it's whenever you can. In fact, I do it all the time. It's awesome. You don't have to be in this 21-day practice. And guess what? The universe loves gratitude. So do it when you're thinking of it, just walking about. Thank you. Thank you. It really puts an extra spring in your step. Okay. So now everyone loves a good gratitude practice that is centered around money. And I'm telling you now, this one is a goodie. And I learned it from both Bob Proctor and Rhonda Byrne. And what's unique about this practice is, yes, it's focused on money, but it's not from a place of wanting more. It's actually from a place of honoring what we have already received. And this is how it works. Pick a day during the second week of the 21-day practice and sit quietly and think back through your life, especially your childhood, and recall moments where money was spent for you, whether it was education, food, clothing, your home, expenses, and any and all other types of support or recreation. And for each of the memories, say and feel the words, thank you, with all my heart. And then take a $1 bill and place a sticky note on it. Please place a sticky note on it. Don't write on the bill. And in bold letters, write on the sticky note, thank you for all the money I've been given throughout my life. And then keep the money in your pocket, and throughout the day, whenever you notice it, consciously feel gratitude for this abundance. And at the end of the day, take the bill and place it somewhere visible in your home as a reminder, and every time you see it, read those words and feel them in your heart. Because psychologically, this activity shifts our relationship with money from scarcity to appreciation. And energetically, it reinforces abundance awareness. All right. Okay. I am going to do one more here because I'm looking at the time and we're actually doing really, really well. So one more practice that I am going to share for the high vibe energy calibration month of January. And to be real here, this one spans way beyond the 21-day threshold. This one I try to do as often as I can because it's all about focused thought. So I set aside time every day for just some uninterrupted focused thought. And it is during this time that I hold images in my mind of what I am bringing in to my reality. And with those images, I allow myself to feel the emotions as if these desires have already manifested. And now I know you're probably thinking to yourself, all right, are you kidding me? Where am I supposed to find time every day? Well, here's the really fun facts. Focused thought is not something we need to labor over, because according to manifestation coaches and material that I have read from lots of thought leaders like Abraham Hicks and Rhonda Byrne and the like, they say that it only takes 17 seconds of focused thought, which equates to 2,000 hours of action. 34 seconds of focused thought equates to 20,000 hours of action. 51 seconds of focused thought equates to 200,000 hours of action. And 68 seconds of focused thought equates to 2 million hours of action. And now, I don't believe that there is exact science to back this up. However, what I believe this is laying out is that aligned energy plus clarity of thought equals dramatically amplified results when compared to misaligned effort. Or, in other words, one moment of deeply aligned focus can outperform years of forced action that are taken from fear, lack, or resistance. And from that alignment, inspired action becomes apparent, easier, and far more effective. So find time once a week that's 3 times total over the 21 days. And that's a minimum, because the more you can do it, the better off you are. But set aside 17 to 68 seconds for focused thought and just watch how incredible your world starts to shift. Okay, so that's all I got. That's what I've got for Lisa's High Vibe Guide for the month of January. How to raise our vibe so that we are calibrated and ready to manifest our goals all year long. And I will say, as of this year, I am going to make this a non-negotiable for my month of January, because last year I did not do this. And I definitely stumbled for the first months at the beginning of the year until I finally got my footing and started hitting a more steady stride. So what do you think? If we start today, that 21-day practice will take us all the way through to February 1st. And that'll be perfect timing. And then we can embrace this incredible year on a really extra high vibe. So let's recap really quickly. We got our 21 consecutive days. Each morning, write down 3 things that we are grateful for and why. And after writing them down, give them a read and say thank you after each one. Then gratitude letters. Over the course of a week, within a 21-day span, select 5 people that we are grateful for and write them a letter thanking them for the incredible ways that they have impacted our world. You don't have to mail them, but it sure would make an extra lovely gift to someone if you did. And how about pairing gratitude with intention? Every night for 21 nights, grab a crystal or an object of your choosing and say, thank you for this day, and think of the best thing that happened that day and hold it in your heart while feeling grateful. Then the magical steps of thank you all throughout the 21 days and beyond, if you ask me. When walking about, take time to say thank you as each of your feet hit the ground. It quiets our mind and keeps us centered on gratitude. And the sticky note on the dollar bill, say thank you for all the money that I've been given throughout my life. For one day during the second week of the 21-day practice, and be grateful for this gift. And then post it where you can see it for the remainder of the practice as a subtle reminder of the abundance that has been received in your life. And then, last but not least, focused thought. Please try this. 17 seconds is all it takes to allow yourself quiet time of uninterrupted thoughts about your desires. And when we hold a thought long enough, it gains emotional and energetic momentum. And if we do this for a majority of the 21 days, this is going to put us on the great frequency for our desires to just keep moving quickly into our reality. And well, that's a wrap. That's it. 21 days of calibrating our energy to the high vibe frequency of joy and love. And from there, we can do and have whatever we want. And here's a thought. Share this episode with your friends and have fun doing it together. The more we raise the frequency in this world, the happier it becomes. And the happier it becomes, the more abundance we all get to experience. And if today's pod was actually a really great experience for you, then please do me a solid and rate, follow, post it on social media, or even leave me a review. This all just takes a few seconds and it always helps me out a ton. So thank you so very much. And on that note, well, I am your host, Lisa Ryan. This is the Joy-Filled Universe podcast, where we explore all the tools and tricks that are going to make your universe even more joyful than it already is. And I will see you next week. Bye.